Care, Altus, Frederick, and Elgin.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting sports season, Tigers. Cattlemen's Bank is behind you all the way.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
If you started college but haven't finished, you may feel like your story is already written. Remember, you're the author, and where your story goes from here is up to you. Finish your degree with Reach Higher at Western Oklahoma State College. Reach Higher can put you on a program path designed to help you earn your associate degree from Western. Start writing your next chapter today. Visit wosc.edu/reach to find out how. Reach Higher with Western Oklahoma State College. Call 580-477-7742.
And welcome back to baseball on Classic Hits 97.7. Game number 2 this afternoon and this evening between Mangum and Walters. And leading it off here for the Tigers is Ashton Pride. Pride will be followed by Aiden Warner and then Nate Augustine. Game number 2 here. If you're Mangum, you got to win to continue. If you lose, you're through. Line shot, base hit into left field. And a good start for Mangum. Ball bobbled out there, but Ashton will stay right where he is. And we are underway here on Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv. Good to have you alongside. We understand that we've got Walters fans that have joined us as well. We're glad to have them alongside. So a little bit of a better beginning for Mangum here in inning number 1. Solid single beginning of the ball game for Ashton Pride. Mangum had 1 hit in that first contest, and a brilliant performance turned in by Kason Johnson. Fastball here, and the count 0-1 on Aiden Warner. We will set this group from Walters for you defensively. Got to check something? All right. Chad Fox making an appearance here. We're always glad to have him alongside. 0-1 pitch, dribbled foul down the first base side, and it's 0-2. On the bump for game number 2 for this group from Walters is Carson Coleman. Coleman, the catcher in game number 1. Carson, of course, quarterback on the football team, point guard on the basketball team. So you would expect him to be a pitcher. Got everything you need? All right. So Warner down in the count 0-2. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul. Boy, that was a defensive swing there. As it went off the fence, it'll stay 0-2. Battery mate for Carson Coleman will be Jermaine Chesnaw. Chesnaw, who was at first base in game number 1, shortstop. Game number 2 is Cash Thomas. He was the shortstop, of course, in the first game. 0-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. Throw down, and Pride is safe at second base. So the stolen base there puts Ashton in scoring position. And they called that. It looked like Warner offered it the pitch. They said he did not. So 1-2 on Aiden. Coleman looking into some sunshine here. 1-2 pitch on the way to Warner. Upstairs for a ball. The count 2-2. The rest of the defense for this group from Walters, Ashton Gwynn is at third base. The pitcher in game number 1, Kason Johnson, is over at first. And strike 3 going to be delivered here to Aiden Warner. Warner gone on strikes for out number 1. That'll bring Nate Augustine to the plate. The rest of the defense in the outfield, you will find in left field, Tucker T-Call, along with out in right field, Mr. Cook. That's Maverick. And the center fielder is Gage Sunson. So 1 gone, runner at second. Just underway in game number 2. Mangum losing the first one, 7-1. Augustine looks at the pitch outside for a ball. And the count 1-0. Pitch inside for a ball. Augustine able to lay off it for ball 2. 2-0. 2-1 pitch from Coleman on the way here. Lifted foul and out of play on the right side. Two and one now on Augustine. One gone in the inning. Runner at second base. Pitch inside for a ball. The count now 3-1 on Nate. Mason Hoppengardner waiting in the on-deck circle. Again, if you're Mangum, come back and play tomorrow at about noon, we understand. You lose, and the season is over if you're Mangum. Pitch outside for ball 4. Runners at first and second now, with just one gone. Pride is at second. Augustine at first. Here's Mason Hoppengardner. What if you're Mangum? You're glad that Kason Johnson is done for the evening. He was dominant in that first ball game. 19 strikeouts. Gave up one hit. Mangum scored one run. It was unearned. So here's Hoppy. Look behind Ashton Pride, and nobody was there. David Cook, by the way, says, let's go Tigers. Hello, Dave. Good to have you alongside. It was a beautiful afternoon. It's going to be a cool night, no doubt about it. Thank you, Paul Davis. And a 65 love affair. Pitch to Hoppengardner. Outside for a ball. Mason ahead in the count 1-0. We understand the softball season came to a close for Richard Carney and the Albert Lady Cats as they played in the regional today. Season over for them, but Carney family, we always enjoy them. Hoppengardner fouled that one back to the screen. The count 1-1 now. By the way, the umpires did switch. The home plate umpire now in the field, and the field umpire back behind the dish. So we do have a different look here in game number 2. Count 1-1 on Hoppengardner. Curveball called strike, and the count 1-2 on Mason. Ashton Pride led off the ball game with a single, stole second base. Aiden Warner struck out looking. Augustine walks. And now it's 1-2 on Hoppengardner. Coleman, off-speed pitch, and he got Mason out in front for the strikeout. 2 gone now in the inning for Mangum. And there's Jackson Brooks. Jennifer Reisner has joined us. Hello, Jennifer. So Brooks, who came up and saw us between ball games, and we shook hands with his meat hook hands. My gosh, that kid's got big, strong hands, doesn't he? It's unbelievable. You got to play catcher with hands like that. Takes a pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. O.T. Tellis waits in the on-deck circle. Ashton Wetzel. Braylon Martinez and Mason Parker round out the order. Yeah, that one got Jackson on the forearm, and that one hurts. And after he shakes it off, he's going to sprint down to first base. That one's still hurting. You get a courtesy runner for him. Let him get his gear on and let him recover from getting conked with a baseball. Pride at third now. Augustine at second. Courtesy runner for Brooks at first. 2 gone in the inning. Mangum only 1 run in that first ball game and trying to equal that total now. So OT, who wore the collar in game number 1, an opportunity here to put his club in front. Takes outside for a ball. Count 1-0. Carson Coleman throws hard, but has had some trouble finding home plate. Surrendered a walk, hit a batter, and gave up a single. 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike, and it's 1-1 on OT. Well, Elton John once saying, don't let the sun go down on me, but it is. And the moisture beginning to seep up from the ground as the nighttime air moves in. 1-1 pitch. Off speed. Tellis out in front. It's 1-2 on OT. And tell us looking at that fastball and was out in front. 1-2 pitch on the way. Here comes Pride, and Ashton going to steal home plate. Mangum on the board. How about that? Augustine took third. Courtesy runner goes to second. And Ashton Pride using that speed that was not inherited from his mother to steal home. I'm not saying that Debbie is slow, but they timed her in the 40 and used the calendar. Runners at second and third now, 1 and 2 on Tellis. Coleman will chase the runner back to third base. Great job by Pride because he was Carson Coleman from the windup. And that's why Ashton was able to steal the base. So you work for the windup and you make that first motion home. The runner can take off and Pride beat the baseball home. So a couple of stolen bases in the sequence for Ashton. Mangum with as many runs here in game number 2 as they had in the first. Ball gets away from the catcher, goes to the screen, and Augustine will score, and Mangum leads it 2-0. That's a pass ball. It's one that Jermaine Chesnov should have held on to. So the count has gone full now on O.T. Tellis. 2 runs across already for Mangum here in the first. That went off the fist, rolled towards first base, and it will go foul. A little surprised that Kason Johnson didn't go get that and pick it up and step on the bag. Cued off the inside of the bat of O.T. Tellis. So the at-bat, it stays alive. Runner at third base, 2 gone. And it's a courtesy runner for Jackson Brooks. Payoff pitch on the way from Coleman to Tellis. Cold strike 3, and the inning will come to an end. But Mangum comes up with a couple in the frame. 2 runs in the inning on just 1 hit. There was a walk, a hit batter, and a runner left on board. At the end of a half inning of play, it's Mangum 2. Walters coming to bat.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Around here, we say go Tigers. This is Jacob Gilner from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We love our Mangum Tigers, so suit up in your best and brightest orange, and we will see you at the games. Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Hi, I'm Anna at Dapper 14 Boutique in Mangum. Are you looking for new clothes and accessories that are on trend, flattering, and comfy? Dapper 14 is just the place. We carry sizes small through 3X. Stop by 209 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Find us on Facebook or Instagram, or visit the website at dapyr14.com. We appreciate our customers, we love our community, and we always root for the Tigers.
So for Jennifer Reiser, we'll set the defense for Mangum, and it'll be Nate Augustine on the mound. His battery mate, Jackson Brooks. Mason Parker is at first. Brandon Martinez is at second. The shortstop, or the third baseman, Mason Hoppengardner. At shortstop, Ashton Pride. And the outfield, O.T. Tellis in left, Aiden Warner in center. And let me tell you about my old buddy Jackson Reisner playing right field here this afternoon and this evening. So here we go, and leading it off for this group from. Did I do it right? No, I did not. It'll be Cash Thomas leading it off here. Thomas, the shortstop this evening for this group from Walters. Augustine set to go to work. Nate's first pitch inside for a ball, and the count 1-0. Carson Coleman in the on-deck circle. And Jermaine Chesnaugh will be the third batter in the order for this group from Walters. Off speed upstairs, ball 2. 2-0 now on Cash Thomas. First ball game went to Walters 7-1. 2-0 pitch. Nate took something off of it, trying to guide it over the plate. Couldn't get the strike. Looked like a pretty good pitch. It'll be ball 3 instead. Jennifer, you're welcome. 3-0 offering on the way here. Ball 4, leadoff runner aboard in Thomas Cash. Cash Thomas, rather. Cash on the base pass a couple of times in game number 1. So that'll bring to the plate Carson Coleman. Coleman an opportunity to help himself here, as he is the pitcher in game number 2 for the Blue Devils. Not a breath of wind, and we're glad of that. First pitch swinging, popped up on the infield. Martinez calls forward at second. He'll make the catch, and there is one gone. Good job by Braylon. Kind of a tough time of the night to locate the baseball. The clouds that we have, you can get lost in there. So one gone for Jermaine Chesnaugh. Chesnaugh, the catcher, in game number 2. As he played first base in that first contest. Short lead at first for Cash Thomas. Ground ball over the glove of Hoffengardner. It'll go into left field for a base hit. That's a tough hop. Ball hit hard by Chesnaugh. Runners hit first and second now with one gone. So Ashton Gwynn now will step in. Gwynn playing third base. And he'll bat with runners at first and second. They get a courtesy runner for Carson Coleman. Coleman's like, I want to run, man. John Freeman, who did run a couple of times in that first ball game, will come on. So one gone here in the first. Mangum on top 2-0, but making noise in their half of the frame is this group from Walters. Augustine now set to go to work on Jermaine Chesnaugh. He'll take a strike, and it's 0-1. Check that, that's Ashton Gwynn. 0-1 on Gwynn. Chesnaugh is at first, and at second base, the courtesy runner, Freeman. Fly ball, left field. Shallow left for OT. Tellis will make the catch, and the runners will stay put, and there are 2 gone. So 2 gone in the inning for Kason Johnson. Johnson got it work done at the plate in that first ball game, but he got work done on the mound. 19 strikeouts, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 hit batters, no earned runs. Playing third base here in game number 2. Or first base, rather, I should say. Takes a pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Mangum trying to keep their season alive here. On the final Thursday in April. Hard to believe May 1 on Monday. Wow. Pitch upstairs. Count on Johnson now 2-0. Didn't have us here in game number 1. It's 3:15 down each line. No numbers center into the power alleys. Pitch down in the dirt. Johnson ahead of the count 3-0. Left fielder Tucker T-Call waiting in the on-deck circle. You would think down 2-0 in the first inning. Johnson taking all the way here, but sometimes it's scary when I think. Okay, it's scary all the time. 3-0 pitch on the way here. He's swinging and smokes one into center field. Going back, still going back, and having it go over his head will be Aiden Warner. 1 run will score. Here comes the courtesy runner, Freeman. We're going to be tied at 2. And it's a stand-up double and a couple of RBI for Kason Johnson. But Johnson hit that one on the button. So 2 runs across, still just 1 out, or 2 outs, I should say. Runner at second base, so 2-out double there. And here's Tucker T-Call, and Tucker involved in a collision at second base, and we thought he had been ejected following that collision with Nate Augustine at second, but we found out in between ball games he was not. He was, when the umpire motioned for him to leave, it was just to get off the field. Tucker takes a strike, or swings at a strike here, and it's 0-1. His coach going to come down and have a conversation with him. And may have something to do with missed signs. Brian Bingham's softball team's never guilty of that. He has joined us here today. Brian, good to have you alongside, my friend. We know you have some newfound time now that there's nothing to coach. Your season coming to an end last Thursday over there at Stratford. I'm sure the missus and Easton are glad to have you around. So 0-1 on Tucker. He'll look at strike 2, and it's 0-2 on T-Call. So Augustine, a pitch away from getting out of the inning and keeping the score level at 2-2. We'll play in bottom half of inning number 1. 7-1, the victory in game number 1 for Walters. This one popped up behind us and barely gets over the screen. Foul ball. And it'll say 0-2 on Tucker. Kason Johnson out at second base. He drove in a couple of runs to tie it here with 2 outs and a smoking double to center field. I think Chad Fox has found refuge inside his automobile. 0-2 pitch, curveball off of Augustine's leg, and everybody going to be safe. And now the ball is thrown away down the first base line, an unnecessary throw there, and Johnson will come in and score, and headed to third is T-Gall, and he'll get in there easily. So a lot to unpack on that one. An infield single for Tucker. And then he wound up at third on a throwing error. We talked about it in game number 1. There is a ton of room down the lines. And when that ball got away from first base, it allowed Tucker T-Gall to run all the way from first to third.
Jamie's Auto is proud to sponsor Mangum Tiger sports coverage. When you need a new-to-you reliable vehicle, always remember to visit Jamie's Auto Sales on Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Jamie makes it easy to buy a great used car with 5 lenders available, and your new-to-you vehicle comes with a 3-month 4,500 GWC powertrain warranty. Talk about peace of mind. Remember Jamie's Auto in Mangum for your next vehicle purchase. And go Tigers!
Well, they're going to let Nate throw a couple of pitches here. He took that one off the leg, kind of like a hockey goalie. Didn't have the glove save and a beauty. It was a leg save instead, and ball rolled away. And then Mangum tried to make a play on T-Gall at first base. He was safe. Ball gets down the right field line. Johnson walks home with the 3rd run of the inning, and Tucker winds up at third with 2 gone. Chase Hancock now will step in. He is the designated hitter for the Blue Devils. Takes outside for a ball, 1-0. So Mangum 2 in their half of the first, but Walters has countered with 3 of their own in the bottom of the frame, and they lead at 3-2. 1-0 pitch on the way here. Called strike, and the count level at 1-1. And it's odd as the air gets heavy and gets moist, you can start to smell that diesel that they used earlier on the dirt to burn off the moisture. 1-1 pitch. Little grounder back to Augustine. Nate will field, flip it to Mason for out number 3. And the inning will come to an end, but not before Walters takes the lead as the Blue Devils come up with 3 runs on a couple of hits. There were 3 hits actually in the inning. 3 runs on 3 hits, an error, a walk, and a runner left on board. At the end of 1, it's 3-2. Walters in front of Mangum. Classic Hits 97.7.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Hi Mangum Tiger fans, this is Jill Grauman with REMAX Property Place. If you need to buy or sell a property or a home in Mangum or anywhere in Greer County, just call me at 580-706-0259. You'll see lots of my signs around town because I get the results for my clients. I say, go Mangum Tigers.
Jill Grauman, REMAX Property Place. Always here, always helping.
Great food made fresh with the best ingredients possible under the direction of Chef George is what you'll find at the newly remodeled J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum. Now, if you haven't tried the Mexican and American favorites at J&P Mexican Grill, what are you waiting for? They're open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch, dinner, featuring homemade desserts. For takeout, call 580-706-5042 and like them on Facebook. J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum.
All right, here we go to top half of inning number 2, and Mangum down now 3-2. And leading it off for the Tigers in their half of the frame, it'll be Ashton Wetzel. He'll be followed by Brandon Martinez and then Mason Parker. Wow. And the count on Ashton will go level at 1-1. He took a ball to begin the sequence. That pitch looked to be out of the zone, and it's called strike, 1-1. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-2 now on Ashton. 1-2 pitch, off speed. Uncle Charlie is in the house. The yacker, and he got him. Wetzel fooled by that one. Good pitch by Coleman. And the backwards K in the scorebook. That is the second backwards K in succession and the third in an inning and a third for Carson Coleman. So here's Brandon Martinez. Fastball called for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Braylon. Mangum with 2 in the first, and then countering the other way was Walters. Jeff and Amy Hart joining us. Good evening, ladies and gents. 3-2 ball game. Coleman now directing his defense and asking his third baseman to come in on the grass. 0-1 pitch. And Coleman knew something was up as Martinez tried to bunt. He missed, and it's 0-2 on Braylon. So Coleman had the scouting report on that one. Quinn will stay even in on the grass with a 0-2 count. 0-3 is the count. Backwards K again in the book. Caught looking is Braylon Martinez. 2 up, 2 down. So the strikeout parade continues. Coleman now has got 5 in an inning and 2/3, and 4 of them have been backward Ks. Swing and a miss. Mason Parker over the top of that one. 0-1 on the Mangum first baseman. Oh, 1 pitch on the way from the right-hander. Fastball a little bit low, and it's 1-1. So I'm guessing that we've had the beginning of the NFL draft up there in Kansas City. I didn't get a da-da-dun, da-da-dun, overthrowing that fastball way out in front. Coleman, 2-1 now on Mason Parker. Mason ahead of the count, trying to turn the lineup over here in inning number 2. 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 3. 3-1 now on Parker. So Mangum trying to keep the inning alive here as we play in the second. Parker takes a strike. He's taking all the way, and that'll run the count full 3-2. Well, Bryce Young was pick number 1. Payoff pitch on the way here. Swing, miss, inning over. 3 up, 3 down. As Carson Coleman strikes out the side for the second consecutive inning. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 3-2. Walters in front of Mangum, and we are Classic Hits 97.7.
Hello, this is Ashley Slayton, family nurse practitioner with the JCMH Family Care Clinic in Mangum. We are friendly hometown folks and treat patients of all ages, newborns through adults, for wellness and sick visits, as well as management of chronic illnesses such as diabetes and high blood pressure. Call the clinic in Mangum at 580-782-3393 for an appointment today.
Jackson County Memorial Hospital.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find at 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, pipe passes, or real ID, Tom and Cynthia Clark are there for you, and they can help you at the Mangum Tag Agency at 580-782-3004, 782-3004.
We yell loud and proud because we love the Mangum Tigers. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. On and off the field, we support the Tigers through and through because once you're a Tiger, you're always a Tiger. And Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Well, as we mentioned, Bryce Young went number 1 to the Carolina Panthers, and the Houston Texans then drafted C.J. Stroud and then traded up for Will Anderson out of Alabama. So a couple of Alabama players going in the first couple of picks. Apparently that pick, Houston able to get the second pick, the third pick, their second pick in that first round is in a trade with the Arizona Cardinals. So, wow. How about that? Of course, they're doing that in my hometown of Kansas City. By the way, I can tell you that Texas running back Bijan Robinson taken by the Atlanta Falcons. So there you go. All right. Here we go, bottom half of inning number 2, and Walters on top 3-2. Good to have you alongside on a beautiful night in Walters, Oklahoma, albeit a little bit damp, and so that makes it a little bit cool, and not in the cool sort of way cool. So Augustine will start out on top here as he delivers a strike to Maverick Cook. Cook will be followed by Gage Sunsum, and then they'll go back to the top of the order. Pitch upstairs here for a ball, and the count level at 1-1 on the right fielder from Walters. Nate Augustine, second inning of work here, and he finished up in that first game as well. Pitch a little bit low for a ball, and count 2-1. One thing that Walters has been here in both ball games, they have been patient at the plate. Augustine wears those pants all the way down to the tops of his shoes, and it makes those legs look even longer. Pitch outside for a ball, 3-1 now on Maverick. So Cook, ahead in the count here, can look for his pitch. 3-1 offering on the way. Inside ball 4, leadoff runner aboard in inning number 2 for Walters. And again, they were the home team in game, or the visiting team in game number 1, so they are the home team here in the nightcap. Gage Sunsum, center fielder, steps in. And with the top of the order looming in on deck circle and Cash Thomas, you would think maybe this is a bunt situation for the Blue Devils. Pretty good lead over at first base for Cook. Taking a strike is Sunsom, and it's 0-1 on Gage. And he did not indicate that he was going to bunt the baseball there. Again, Mangum wins here in the nightcap. We'll come back and play an F game tomorrow. If not, the season will come to an end for the Tigers. Again, a pretty good lead for Maverick Cook over at first base, and a called strike on Gage Sunsom, and he's down to the count now 0-2. Cash Thomas, who walked and scored his first time around, leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle for Walters. 0-2 pitch, lifted high in the air, in foul territory and out of play, as you can hear behind us. And I want to tell you, if you're a fan here, you can't find that baseball right now. And everybody's kind of looking around going, oh, I hope it's not coming my way. Here's the great thing. You can't locate it. You're looking up. Guess what? If it hits you, it's right in the old face. I'm just saying. It's always one of the goofiest things. Heads up. Oh, look, boink. Never have figured that one out. Duck, I think, would be the operative word. And how do I know these things, ladies and gentlemen? Because I've been hit. 0-2 pitch upstairs for a ball. And Augustine will have the count go 1-2 now on Gage Sunsom. I have to be honest, though, the worst hit I took, I've been hit with baseballs, yes. A golf ball, though. Oh, my goodness. Somebody said, heads up, and it caught me right square in the side of the head. The fun part of it was I had a cap on, a brand new Nike golf cap. Paid too much money for it. The ball, where the ball hit me on the side of my head, it left a perfectly round blood spot that I never could get out of the hat. I wore it as a badge of honor. Or stupidity, whichever the case may be. 1-2 offering here, down in the dirt. Good job by Jackson to keep that one out in front. And the count will go 2-2. Runner at first, nobody out here in the second. Mangum trailing Walters 3-2. Facing elimination. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Over the head of Sunsom. And it's full. So after getting ahead of the count 0-2, Gage has done a good job of battling back and running the count full. And now Ashton Pry going to go in and have a conversation with Augustine. I don't think it had anything to do with technique as far as pitching goes. It's that runner at first base. What are we going to do? So again, the payoff pitch on the way to the ninth place hitter for Walters. Lifted in the air in foul territory, and know that Mason Parker found that right away. He did not, couldn't track it down. And it'll stay alive for Sunsom. Again, it is hard. Ball gets above the lights, and the sky is of a color now. The ball gets above the lights. And if your eyeballs are 16, 17, 18 years old, yeah. If they're as old as mine, no. So again, the payoff pitch on the way here. Downstairs for ball 4. So back-to-back walks to begin inning number 2 for Walters. They've got runners in first and second. And back to the top of the order will go. And Cash Thomas. Thomas walked and scored his first time around. We appreciate the folks from Walters. They have shared the broadcast on their streaming, and glad to have them alongside tonight as well. Showing bunt and missing the ball is Thomas. 0-1 on Cash. And you play here in the second inning. Your leadoff hitter, you got to figure he handles the bat pretty well, and that's why you at least take one bunt attempt to move the runners up 90 feet. Now I think he swings away. 0-1 pitch. Nope. Shows bunt. Puts it down. And that'll be foul. And it's 0-2. A good idea. And a better pitch by Augustine. Got it in on the hands of Cash Thomas. And he couldn't keep it in between the lines. First and second, nobody out. Inning number 2. Top of the order for Walters, leading 3-2. Augustine ahead in the count, 0-2. Curveball spoiled. Goes over the screen and back towards the concession stand. Somebody said heads up. Clever. Clever. Doink. So again, Augustine will go to work. Ahead in the count 0-2. Fly ball center field. Aiden coming on. Warner makes the catch for out number 1. Good job by Warner. So 1 out on the pop to center field. And here's Carson Coleman. Coleman 0 for 1. Pop to Martinez, his first time around. So numbers 8 and 9 in the lineup, walking to begin the inning. And then the leadoff hitter, the fly ball to center field for out number 1. So Coleman will dig in. And Augustine will go to work. Pitch downstairs. 1-0 to Carson. You can hear the Cash, or the Walters coach, telling his team to be patient at the plate. 1-0 offering here, high and up out of the zone. 2-0 now on Coleman. Second of our 2 ball games here. And again, if you weren't with us in the beginning, all the rainfall that we experienced yesterday, and they had covered the mound and they had covered home plate area. But like everybody else in this part of the country, inundated with rainfall. 2-0 pitch. Coleman will take it for a strike, and it's 2-1. And so they are dragging the field at about 8 this morning. I talked to my good friend Brian Coleman. They were out dragging the field, did that as a preliminary step, brought a helicopter in, and then dragged the field again, threw some diesel down, and burned everything. That went off the fist, foul down the right field line. And the count now 2-2 on Carson Coleman. Runners at first and second, 1 gone in the inning. By the way, when I was looking at the draft, I noticed that Atlanta is giving Boston all they can handle tonight, game number 6 of their series. Coleman, ground ball to second base. Martinez will flip to short and in time for the force play and the second out of the inning. So good job there by Martinez to get the out at second base with Pride covering the bag. So on the fielder's choice, Sinsom is retired 4-6 for out number 2. Coleman at first, taking third on the play, is Maverick Cook. And here's Jermaine Chesnaw. And Jermaine singled and scored in the first. Palin Clark back with us. Palin, I understand, like the rest of the students there in Mangum, no school tomorrow, which makes sense since the Rattlesnake Derby has gotten underway. There goes the runner. Hit and run, foul out of play. Jermaine tried to go to the right side and was a little late on the swing. Augustine trying to get out of the inning without any damage being done. He walked the first two batters he faced, the number 8 and 9 hitters in the batting order. And got a fly ball to center field and a fielder's choice and a force out at second base a moment ago. There's a called strike. I don't think that Chesnaw liked the call, but it's 0-2 on the catcher. It was kind of a look like, okay, so when I'm behind the plate, my guy's throwing to me, you better call that a strike as well. Runners at first and third, 2 gone, and the 0-2 pitch bounces off of the catcher, rolls all the way back to the fence. Scoring easily from third base is Maverick Cook. And because it was difficult for Jackson Brooks to find the baseball, Carson Coleman all the way to third base on the play. That is a wild pitch. And the 4th run of the ballgame now for Walters. And again, you can see Tommy Pride talking to Jackson Brooks about it. When you lean back, that angle of the ball after it hits you will go away from you. If you can lean into it, and it's hard to do because you're counting on getting hit. You lean into it, it stays out in front of you. 4-2 now here in the second. Runner at third and 2 gone. Chesnaw lifts one high in the air to left field. Tellis going back, still going back, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Good job by OT to stay with that one all the way. So the inning will come to an end, but not before Walters comes up with another run. 1 run in the inning, couple of walks in the frame, and we've played 2. Walters on top. 4-2, more classic hits, 97.7.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have 1 bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brenda at 580-782-2452 for more information.
First National Bank and Trust has become Sovereign Bank and continues to be a proud supporter of the Mangum Tiger Athletics. At Sovereign Bank, supporting our schools and athletic programs is our top priority. We appreciate and support our community through and through. At First Sovereign Bank, you can hear us roar, "Go Tigers!" We wish you great success in your endeavors now and in the future. Sovereign Bank and Trust Company, your bank for life. Same great people, same location at 204 North Oklahoma Avenue in Mangum. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.
Top of the third we go. Top of the order for Mangum. It'll be Ashton Pride, Aiden Warner, and Nate Augustine. Mangum trailing 4-2 here in game number 2. As we welcome into the broadcast booth our longtime friend Bob Tucker. Bob, back there in Altus. Good to have you alongside, Bob. No doubt, even though, what time is it now? Probably, 8:36. Bob, I guarantee, is still in his overalls. No question about it. In his overalls, got the cap on probably still. A little bit sideways. Bob, always good to have you alongside, partner. Hope that you're doing well. He celebrated a birthday not that long ago. 117, I understand. All right, here we go. Ashton Pride. Pride singled to lead off the ball game. Stole second, went to third, and then stole home. Got one of the 2 runs of the ball game for Mangum. Takes a pitch outside for a ball. 1-0. Well, you know it's damp when you're outside and your papers are damp. And our papers are damp. 1-0 pitch. Off speed, outside for a ball. 2-0 now on Pride. Our feet are damp, too, and that's never any fun. Two-0 pitch on the way to Ashton. Ground ball to short, couple of hops. And the throw in plenty of time. Strong arm over there for shortstop Cash Thomas. So that becomes the first out recorded in the ball game that was not a strikeout. Carson Coleman had 6 strikeouts through 2 innings. Here's Aiden Warner. Warner 0 for 1, struck out looking his first time around. Takes a strike here. And it's 0-1 on Aiden. Mangum with 2 to begin the ball game. Walters countered with 3 of their own in the first and then another one in the second. Aiden pulled on the off-speed pitch way out in front. And it's 0-2 on the center fielder. Warner now got to collect himself. Shorten up. Put it in play. 0-2 pitch. Curveball. He does roll it out in front of home plate. Coleman falls down, makes the play, but his throw not in time. Good job by Warner to hustle. So we talk about the dampness. That one dribbled off of home plate. Coleman falls, slides to a stop, fielding the ball, throws from his backside, threw a strike to first base, but Aiden Warner always running hard, and he was out hard from the box there, and he'll come up with the infield single. So a runner at first base now for Nate Augustine. Augustine, an opportunity to help his own cause. And that is not a balk because Coleman stepped off the rubber. Augustine swinging a miss here. It's 0-1 on Nate. He walked and scored in the first. Mangum trying to answer here in the third, down by a pair. Fastball strike. It's 0-2 now on Augustine. Mangum struck out 19 times in game number 1. They have struck out 6 times here through 2 1/3. Off speed, outside. They asked the field umpire if Augustine offered at that ball. He did not, and the count 1-2. Aiden Warner over at first, 1 gone in the inning. Pitch downstairs, gets away from the catcher. And into second base will go Aiden Warner. And that's that 60-foot curveball. Catcher trying to backhand it. And did not have his body in front of it, and he got back to the fence. So Warner at second now, 2-2 pitch here. Signed for a ball, the count full on Augustine, 3-2. Three-two pitch, popped up foul back, now to play, and he'll stay full at 3-2. That may have been ball 4 right there. But down by a pair of runs in what could be the final game of your year, you're going to take a hack at anything that is close. Payoff pitch on the way here, ball 4. Augustine on for the second time via the walk. So good job by Augustine to battle back, get the base on balls. He's at first, Warner at second, and here's Hoppengardner. Mason struck out his first time around. 1 gone in the inning. Mangum down by a pair, 4-2. Mason taking his time getting into the batter's box. He hit the ball hard in that first game, lining out to right field. Out in front of this one, he was anxious, and the off-speed pitch got him 0-1. Struck out a couple of times as well in that first ball game. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Swing. Throw down behind the runner, and Warner back in there safely. It's 0-2 now on Hoppengardner. And again, Mason trying to collect himself right now. Runners at first and second, 1 out in the inning. And the 0-2 pitch on the way to Hoppengardner. A little bit high for ball 1, 1-2. And that's some discipline right there. I'm down on the count 0-2, and something that close, I'm taking a hack, but laying off the pitch out of the zone was Hoppengardner. And he'll bat with a 1-2 offering. Off speed out in front, Mason gone on strikes. So Coleman now 7 strikeouts to the ball game. And that'll bring Jackson Brooks to the plate. Jackson hit by a pitch his first time around. And a courtesy runner for him. And they were stranded at third base. Well, howdy hi to our good friend Sid the Kid. Sydney Webb joining us. Hope Sid's doing well. Wrapping up another school year. Here's Jackson Brooks. Brooks with runners at first and second now, 2 gone. Well, good job there by Chesnaugh to keep that one from going to the screen. He had to backhand that one. Set up on the inner half of the plate, and that was outside. And had to go get it. Cal 1-0 now on Brooks. 1-0 pitch to Jackson. Smack foul back to the screen. And it's 1-1. Well, that was one that Jackson really wanted. Good looking pitch. And he just missed. Kind of a looping swing. And I'm not so sure on the backswing it didn't catch part of the receiver, the backstop guy, the catcher. A little extra time there to give Chesnaugh an opportunity to recuperate. 1-1 pitch here. A little bit high for a ball. And the count 2-1. We play in the third, 4-2 ball game. Time taken here by Jackson Brooks. If he was in the major leagues, he would be called for a strike there because that would not have been legal. We love that new rule. It needs to go elsewhere. 2-1 pitch on the way here. Signed for a ball to count 3-1. So Coleman, power pitcher, he's been up, down, and around the strike zone. Got the 7 strikeouts, but has issued some free passes as well. Swing and a miss here. Boy, Brooks looking for the 3-run jack shot there. And that'll run the count full, 3-2. Runners will be off with a pitch. Well, they got Augustine hung up between first and second, and he's going to be safe at second base. Great job by Nate. Coleman gave chase, but Augustine, a little juke, a little jive, and safe at second base. It goes as a stolen base. Advancing on the play is Warner.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience,
he's at
skill,
third.
and compassion go together.
3-2 pitch, ball 4, bases loaded. How about that? So again, Coleman, second walk of the inning. He's also given up a single. Bases now loaded. We're going to get a conversation on the mound here with the coach and his infield. So a timeout taken here. Bases loaded, 2 gone. We're in the third. And Walters on top 4-2. Classic Hits 97.7.
Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 is your certified Firestone tire dealer and also a proud supporter of the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers. When you need tires, we're specialty trained and equipped to take care of you. Lyle Shaw and his crew at Blair Tire and Feed wish the Tigers lots of luck in today's game. And always remember, play smart, play safe, play hard, and play with pride. And good luck from everyone at Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair, Oklahoma.
So the conversation over here, and I'm not so sure that the conversation with Carson Coleman yet, and it was, don't pitch from the windup this time. The last time Mangum had this situation, Ashton Pride stole home because Carson Coleman worked from the full windup. He'll go from the stretch here, pitch upstairs, they'll throw behind the runner, and back safely will be the courtesy runner for Jackson Brooks. But, yeah, again, bases loaded, 2 gone. You don't throw from the windup here and give Mangum an opportunity to steal home again. Here's a cold strike of the fastball to O.T. Tellis. Count on O.T. now, 1-1. Tellis 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And now we've got a car in the parking lot with lights. It's a great song by Journey. Doesn't work here. When the lights go down in the city, you know the one. You're singing along now. I know you are. 1-1 pitch on the way here. Called strike 2 on Tillis. And it's 0-2 on OT. And OT kind of bailing out. Going to hang in there. Bases loaded. 2 gone here in the third. Swing and a miss, inning over. So Coleman got out of the inning with a strikeout. That is his 8th of the ball game. So Mangum comes up empty in their half of the frame. They came up with 1 run, a couple of walks, no errors, and the bases left loaded. After 2.5, it's 4-2. Walters in front of Mangum. More Classic Hits, 97.7.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Something you should know about the Kendall Law Office. The Kendall Law Office is family-owned and local. They use up-to-date technology to ensure their productivity provides timely service to clients, and this always includes client access to our firm via email and text. Corey Kendall is experienced, hardworking, and honest. He always puts the client first, and all efforts are focused on the client's best interest. The Kendall Law Office, locations in Altus and Mangum.
Friends, it's important to take care of your eyes, so make an appointment soon with Dr. Michael Geiger in Altus, Seth Geiger in Frederick, and Bryce Geiger in Elgin, and a new addition to our staff, Dr. Maddie Rhodes. The Geigers are professionals and very good at what they do. Geiger Eye Care is proud to support youth and sponsor sporting events. They encourage you to attend all the events you can and be involved with our youth. Geiger Eye Care, Michael and Maddie in Altus, Seth in Frederick, and Bryce in Elgin. Make an appointment soon with Geiger Eye Care, Altus, Frederick, and Elgin.
Bottom of the third about to unfold here on Classic Hits 97.7. Mangum down 4-2. Nate Augustine said to go to work for his third inning here in game number 2. He worked an inning plus in that first ball game, won by Walters 7-1 in a ball game that saw Casey Johnson with 19 strikeouts through 3 innings. Carson Coleman has got 8 of his own. So 27 strikeouts in 2 ball games for Mangum. And 10 innings of work. And now we're watching the coach for Walters, and he is giving an earful to the home plate umpire, who's now going to come over and have a conversation with Casey Kroom. And apparently there was, something occurring out in the field that coach was not pleased with. And he's still working. Well, I'd like to know what that conversation is about. I missed that. Something happened in between innings that it was he was displeased with. Had a conversation. The home plate umpire went over, talked to Casey Kroom. He had something else to say. Now I'm going to go over and talk again. Part of what's going on, Jackson Brooks is adjusting his equipment, but that's not what that conversation was about. And it was pointed, to say the least. So here we go. We've had it all here this evening, haven't we? So here we go. It'll be Ashton Gwynn, Kaysen Johnson, and Tucker T. Cole, numbers 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup. For Walters. First pitch taken for a ball for Gwynn. He flied to left field his first time around. 0 for 1 is Ashton. 1-0 pitch on the way here. Cold strike. The count level at 1-1. Walters fans not particularly pleased with that call. Augustine 1-1 offering here. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there. He took something off of it. Got it in on the hands. And Gwynn swung through it for strike 2. 1-2 now on Ashton. 1-2 pitch, signed for a ball, 2-2. We talked about There's not a breath of wind here, and it is damp. And so the air is heavy, and the ball not carrying real well. And it's kind of like hitting a leaded ball. That one chopped foul behind home plate. Good job by Gwynn to stay alive. It's 2-2 on Ashton. Got a couple of power pitchers for this group from Walters, and so it's really made it hard for Mangum to string together any hits. They've been patient in getting walks, but the hits have been few and far between. Speaking of hits, that one is whacked into left field for a base hit. O.T. Tellis will get it back into the infield quickly, but well, that one is up in the eyes on 2-2. Ashton Gwynn, and excuse me, he hit a rocket into left field. So the leadoff runner aboard here in the third for Walters as they lead 4-2. And here's the guy who drove in a couple of runs his first time around. Jason Johnson. Johnson, a 2-out stand-up double. That drove home 2. Hit it over the head of Aiden Warner in center field, and Aiden now real deep out there. Again, ball not carrying well and a little bit tough to pick up right now. Big cut there by Johnson. Came up empty. And it's 0-1. Look at Braylon Martinez, and he is out near the grass at second base, deep at short as well as Ashton Pride. There's a fly ball, shallow right field. Reisner coming on. He will make the catch and then throw behind the runner who was off with a pitch. But back in is Gwynn, one gone. So Kason Johnson just missed on that one. And a little bit underneath it. And again, we talk about the heavy air, and you're going to have to hit one on the screws to get it over somebody's head now as deep as the outfield is playing. So one gone now for Tucker Teagle. Tucker singled his first time around and wound up at third when the ball was thrown away and rolled down the right field line. There goes the runner. Throw not in time. And a stolen base for Ashton Gwynn. Ball bounced off of him. Otherwise, it might have wound up in center field. Callan Teagle 1-0. So a runner in scoring position now for Walters. We play in the third. Ashton Pride asking for time. Not sure if he doesn't have a problem with the glove or something happened when he was trying to catch that baseball at second base on the stolen base. Yeah, he's used the excuse of walking to the mound to talk to his teammates, but he's trying to recover from something. The ball may have come up and got him in the lip, tugging at his shirt and pulls it up to the lip a couple of times and then wipes something away. So runner at second, 1-0 count on Teagle. Called strike, good pitch by Augustine, and the count level at 1-1. It's been the top of the order that has produced 3 of the 4 runs in the ballgame so far for Walters. This one, inside-out swing, little blooper down the right field line. That is a fair ball. So Teagle with a seeing eye single. That'll put runners at first and third with one gone as Mackenzie Laughlin Bates has joined us. So Teagle did a good job of fighting that one off the fist and dropping it into shallow right field. Moving to third, Ashton Gwynn on the play. Runners at first and third now. And one gone for Jace Hancock. Hancock grounded back to the pitcher his first time around. He is 0 for 1. Pride and Martinez, a little conversation about who will be covering in case the runner is off, and I'm guessing Teagle will be off with the pitch. Boy, that diesel smell, I'm telling you, the heavier the air, the wetter it gets, the more you smell it. There goes the runner, and the throw down going to be cut off by Augustine. Nate will tag out the runner coming home, and now the ball gets away. Here comes the throw to the plate, and safe. Scoring is Tucker Teagle. I'll give Tucker credit. He did a great job. He was off with the pitch. Ashton Gwynn was caught in a pickle between home and third when they cut off the throw. Augustine tracked him down as Gwynn fell down, and then Tucker Teagle running to third. They tried to throw behind him. Ball got away, rolled into left field, and Teagle scored, and it's 5-2. Cold strike here. It's 0-1 on Hancock. (5-2) ball game. Bottom half of inning number 3. Off speed, foul and out of play. And that'll run the count down to 0-2. So Walters finding a way to score in each of the frames. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 here in the third. And they lead 5-2. Fastball outside. Job by Augustine to try to get the batter to chase, but Hancock would have none of it. And it's 1-2 now on the designated hitter. 1-2 offering on the way here. Swing and a miss. The inning will come to an end, but not before Walters will plate another run. 1 run in the inning on a couple of hits. There was an error, and nobody left on board. We played 3, 5-2. Walters in front of Mangum, or Classic Hits 97.7.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting sports season, Tigers. Cattlemen's Bank is behind you all the way.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
If you started college but haven't finished, you may feel like your story is already written. Remember, you're the author, and where your story goes from here is up to you. Finish your degree with Reach Higher at Western Oklahoma State College. Reach Higher can put you on a program path designed to help you earn your associate degree from Western. Start writing your next chapter today. Visit wosc.edu/reach to find out how. Reach Higher with Western Oklahoma State College. Call 580-477-7742.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
All right, off to the 4th inning we go. Mangum down 5-2. As they lost the first ball game 7-1, and a loss here would mean their season would come to a close. So we have to climb back into this one as we go to the 4th. And leading off will be Ashton Wetzel. Ashton struck out his first time around. He is 0 for 1. Led off inning number 2, striking out. The Tigers have struck out 8 times in this second ball game. And Wetzel will take a ball here. 1-0 on the designated hitter. Working quickly is Coleman. Called strike, and it's 1-1. Carson Coleman trying to replicate what his counterpart Johnson did in game number 1 with the 19 strikeouts. Called strike here. And the count now 1-2 on Wetzel. Carson struck out the side the first 2 innings and got 2 of the 3 outs by a strikeout in inning number 3. Throws one out of the zone here. And that'll run the count to 2-2. Downstairs, good job by Ashton to lay off the pitch of the ankle tops. And the count now full 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. So Wetzel gone on strikes for the second time tonight. He is out number 1. Here's Braylon Martinez. Martinez struck out looking his first time around. It was that second inning. Wetzel, Martinez, and Parker all struck out. It was part of a 4 strikeout in a row performance by Coleman. He throws this one back to the screen. 1-0 on Braylon. And again, Mangum, you don't have to score all 3 in the inning to even it up. I mean, just chip away. Cold strike here. Martinez frustrated by not swinging the bat. The count 1-1 on Braylon. Bottom third now for Mangum. He got 2 in the first, and it looked pretty good, and they have struggled since. Swing and a miss here. Martinez choked up on the bat, took a hack, and it's 1-2 on Braylon. It's gotten cold here. There's no doubt about it. 1-2 pitch on the way, and it went all the way back to the screen, 2-2. And you got folks in beanies and blankets and anything to keep warm. And again, it's not so much that it's cold, it's just that the level of moisture that is in the air. Martinez will step out, try to break the rhythm of Coleman. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way. And again, he'll throw it back to the screen. That one came right in your living room. The count 3-2. Debbie, did you notice that I trusted the screen there and just let it go? I was good? Okay, good. Payoff pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. Gone on strikes. There's Braylon Martinez for the second time. 2 gone now for Mason Parker. Parker 0 for 1. He struck out. Ran the count full his first time around. Couldn't catch up with the fastball. And again, Coleman working quickly. Gets the called strike, and it's 0-1. And if you're Mangum, you've got to do something to break that routine. You got to step out, try to slow him down. 0-1 pitch, curveball, and 0-2. Parker out in front on that one. So the 0-2 pitch on the way here from Carson Coleman. Lifted in the air to right field and caught by the right fielder for Walters. That's Maverick Cook. So a good job by Parker to put bat on ball, hit it hard, but right at Cook in right field, and the inning will come to an end. Mangum retired in order here in the 4th. We'll go to the bottom of the frame. Walters leading 5-2 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Around here, we say go Tigers. This is Jacob Gilner from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We love our Mangum Tigers, so suit up in your best and brightest orange, and we will see you at the games. Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Hi, I'm Anna at Dapper 14 Boutique in Mangum. Are you looking for new clothes and accessories that are on trend, flattering, and comfy? Dapper 14 is just the place. We carry sizes small through 3X. Stop by 209 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Find us on Facebook or Instagram, or visit the website at dapyr14.com. We appreciate our customers, we love our community, and we always root for the Tigers.
Jamie's Auto is proud to sponsor Mangum Tiger sports coverage. When you need a new-to-you reliable vehicle, always remember to visit Jamie's Auto Sales on Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Jamie makes it easy to buy a great used car with 5 lenders available, and your new-to-you vehicle comes with a 3-month 4,500 GWC power-trained warranty. Talk about peace of mind. Remember Jamie's Auto in Mangum for your next vehicle purchase. And go Tigers!
All right, we head to the bottom of the fourth. Excuse me, bottom of the fourth inning. I did it out yet, and it's Walters on top, 5-2. They will sit at the plate. Maverick Cook and Gage Sunsom, the numbers 8 and 9 hitters in the lineup, and then we'll go back to the top and Cash Thomas. You'll remember the last time these two guys batted, Cook and Sunsom, they walked, came around to score. Swing and a miss here. And the count is 0-1. Augustine, fourth inning here, and an inning plus in the first ball game. Line shot, and is a foul ball on the first base line. And looked like maybe it crossed over the bag, but if you're Mangum, you'll take any break you can get. First base coach, he's having a conversation, not looking at the umpire, but having a conversation with the umpire about that. And the call is, if the ball, until it gets to first base, it's the home plate umpire's call when there's nobody on base. Once it gets past first base, then it's that first base umpire, or the field umpire, if you will. It's his responsibility. That ball looked, and again, the angle we're at, it looked like it went over the bag, and that's, I think, what the first base coach is saying. And the field umpire was the one who made the call, so 0-2 on Maverick Cook. Maverick swing and a miss. He is going on strikes. Good job by Augustine to come back with a heat, and 1 out. Look through the book. I think that may, and it is, the first strikeout of the ball game for Nate Augustine. Now here's Gage Sunsom. Gage walked, and then I said he scored, but he walked and was forced at second base on a fielder's choice. 1 gone here in the fourth. Augustine sails one back to the screen, and you get an idea how wet it is out here now, the grass and the moisture in it. That ball hit the padding behind home plate, bounced, and simply sat down in the grass. And moisture set to redevelop and bring with it possible thunderstorms tomorrow night. Pitch out in front of home plate, 2-0. So Augustine missing badly with the last couple of pitches, sailed one to the screen and threw that one about 55 feet. 2-0 count on the ninth place hitter. And again, you want to go get this guy. Still in the ball game, only down by 3. Downstairs for a ball, 3-0. And Sunsom, give him credit. He has been patient all night long. Singled and walked in the first ball game. Tell me when I say all night long, you don't think Lionel Richie, okay? 3-0 pitch on the way here, ball 4. So a 1-out walk to the ninth place hitter, and that'll take us back to the top and Cash Thomas. Thomas walked to lead off the ball game, came around to score, and he flied out to center back in inning number 2. 0 for 1 officially. Walters has not been shy about running here tonight. I would not be surprised if Sunsom is not off at some point during this sequence. He'll stay put here, a little bit of a pitch out, and now a delayed steal, and unable to hold the ball at second base is Martinez, and sliding in safely At second base will be Sunsom. So the delayed steal will put a runner in scoring position now for Walters. And again, the top of the order, Cash Thomas ahead in the count, 1-0. And again, I'm not surprised if they don't send the runner here. 1-0 pitch, ground ball to short. Ashton bobbles, now going to throw to third, and his throw is not in time. They called him safe. And now Mason, upset, throws the ball away, and a good job there by Mason on the other side of the diamond to keep his head on a swivel. Hoppengardner flipping the ball in disgust towards Nate Augustine, and it was not a good throw, and fortunately Mason Parker stayed in the ball game, and the ball rolled away, but did not allow the runner to come in from third. So that is not a base hit. That is in fielder's choice that allows Thomas to go to first on the play. And Gage Sunsom wound up safe at third base. Tommy Pride going to go out and have a conversation with his kids and just try to settle them down. They were frustrated. You could see Ashton Pride, Mason Hoppengardner, they thought they had the tag play at third base on Sunsom. Safe was the call. Hopping around in disgust was Ashton. Mason Hoppengardner threw the ball away in anger. And again, if Mason Parker's not paying attention, it's an easy run from third base. Jennifer Reisner giving us a wow on that play. So runners at the corners, 5-2 our score. Carson Coleman now will step in. Chance to help his own cause. Don't be surprised if the runner is off with the pitch. He is. And the throw down is cut off, and they will allow Cash Thomas to take second base. So Thomas is at second, Sunsom at third, and the count on Carson Coleman, 1-0. Coleman popped out his first time around. Looks at the ball here, 2-0 on Carson. And then reached on a fielder's choice in the second. He's 0 for 2. Got an opportunity here to drive home a couple of big runs in the fourth. 2-0 pitch. Rolled foul on the third base side, 2-1. And with runners at second and third, and club up by 3, you bet he was hacking on that one. So the count 2-1 on Coleman. Play here in the fourth. Bottom half. Mangum down by 3, trying to keep it that way. Coleman, ground ball, base hit, left field, scoring easily from third will be Sunsom. They're going to send Thomas, and he will score. And now the ball goes all the way to the back screen and gets away. Brooks throws down to third, dropped by Hoppengardner. Safe at third base, Carson Coleman. So Coleman going to drive home 2 and wind up at third on the throw home. Couple of RBI for Carson Coleman. Drain Chesnaw now will come to the plate with the score 7-2. Courtesy runner coming in for Coleman is Gunnar Sane. Mangum fans getting restless here. And justifiably so. Are you all right? We can laugh about it. Debbie Smith Pride is okay. She thought she was in a rocking chair. when she was looking up at the stars, she found out she wasn't. Pitch upstairs to Jermaine Chestnut to count 1-0. My goodness. 1-0 the count here. We have seen everything on this Thursday afternoon and evening of baseball. 1-0 pitch on the way. Downstairs for ball, 2-0. Well, the thing that, and I hadn't had a chance to talk about it, but an errant throw a moment ago, Debbie's Diet Coke got knocked over, so she lost that, and I thought, well, is this a delayed reaction? The ball got her and knocked her over as well, but she admitted that she thought she was in a rocking chair and found out she wasn't. 2-0 pitch, called strike, 2-1. You know, and some of the other fans commenting, she fell gracefully. I mean, it was good. I wish we had had the camera on it. I think the Russian judge would have given her a 9.7. 2-1 pitch upstairs, ball 3, 3-1. Wow. Living up to that last name of pride, she certainly was. Somebody should be singing, I'm a little teapot short and stout. 3-1 pitch on the way. Cold strike, and it's 3-2 now on Chestnut. Runner at third as we come back to the game. 7-2 our score. Chestnut not happy with the call. So Augustine with a payoff pitch, boy, he could use strikeout number 2 right about now. In the dirt. Good job by Brooks to keep it from going to the screen. So a walk puts Chestnut over at third. He'll be taken out for a courtesy runner, much to his chagrin. John Premeen, who's been the courtesy runner all night long, will come on. So runners at first and third now for Ashton Gwynn. He flied to left. Singled, stole a base. And then got caught in a rundown between home and third and was tagged out by Nate Augustine. And then Mangum threw the ball away and allowed a run to score. 2 have crossed here in the fourth, and the lead has grown to 7-2. Walter scored 7 in the first game. Won it 7-1. Pitch outside to Ashton Gwynn. Count 1-0. A little surprised that Premeen wasn't off with the pitch. Our good friend Chad Fox has found his way inside his toasty automobile, and he's watching from behind us. Dirty dog that he is. 1-0 pitch. There goes the runner. Jackson going to throw down and going in standing up will be the courtesy runner, John Premeen. He's in scoring position. Brooks made a nice throw. So runners at second and third. Count 2-0 on Ashton Gwynn. A huge lead for Premeen. Nobody holding him on. So anything that gets to the outfield, Premeen will score easily from second base. Pitch downstairs. Count 3-0 on Ashton Gwynn. And no bargain in the on-deck circle in Case and Johnson. .30 pitch. Ball 4, bases loaded. Tommy Pride pops out of the dugout, and I think we're going to get a pitching change here. And we will. Jackson Brooks will take off the catching gear and go to the bump. 7-2. Walter's on top. We play in the bottom of the fourth inning. They've got the bases loaded. And we've got a pitching change on Classic Hits 97.7.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Hi, Mangum Tiger fans. This is Jill Grauman with REMAX Property Place. If you need to buy or sell a property or a home in Mangum or anywhere in Greer County, just call me at 580-706-0259. You'll see lots of my signs around town because I get the results for my clients. I say, go Mangum Tigers.
Jill Grauman, REMAX Property Place. Always here, always helping.
Great food made fresh with the best ingredients possible under the direction of Chef George is what you'll find at the newly remodeled J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum. Now, if you haven't tried the Mexican and American favorites at J&P Mexican Grill, what are you waiting for? They're open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch, dinner, featuring homemade desserts. For takeout, call 580-706-5042 and like them on Facebook. J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum.
Hello, this is Ashley Slayton, family nurse practitioner with the JCMH Family Care Clinic in Mangum. We are friendly hometown folks and treat patients of all ages, newborns through adults, for wellness and sick visits, as well as management of chronic illnesses such as diabetes and high blood pressure. Call the clinic in Mangum at 580-782-3393 for an appointment today.
Jackson County Memorial Hospital.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find at 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, pipe passes, or real ID, Tom and Cynthia Clark are there for you, and they can help you at the Mangum Tag Agency at 580-782-3004, 782-3004.
We yell loud and proud because we love the Mangum Tigers. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. On and off the field, we support the Tigers through and through because once you're a Tiger, you're always a Tiger. And Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have one bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brenda at 580-782-2452 for more information.
First National Bank and Trust has become Sovereign Bank and continues to be a proud supporter of the Mangum Tiger Athletics. At Sovereign Bank, supporting our schools and athletic programs is our top priority. We appreciate and support our community through and through. At First Sovereign Bank, you can hear us roar, "Go Tigers!" We wish you great success in your endeavors now and in the future. Sovereign Bank and Trust Company, your bank for life. Same great people, same location at 204 North Oklahoma Avenue in Mangum. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, pitching change has been made. Jackson Brooks will go from behind home plate to the pitching mound. Ashton Pride will come in from shortstop and don the catching gear, and leaving the bump and going to shortstop will be Nate Augustine. Jackson Brooks inheriting an unenviable situation. His club down 7-2, bases loaded, and you're facing the big left-handed hitting Johnson. One out in the inning. So Jackson Brooks, who throws hard, and the freshman had started to go from the windup, now goes from the stretch, and his first pitch gets away from Ashton Pride, jogging home from third base. With the 8th run of the ball game, will be the courtesy runner for Carson Coleman. Courtesy runner for Jermaine Chesnaugh goes to third, and Ashton Gwynn will go to second. The count 1-0 on the left-handed hitter. Kason Johnson, who had a 2-run double back in the first and flying out to right, and there's another pitch that will get by. And the courtesy runner will come in to score. Now it's a 9-2 ball game. Runner at third. And the count on Casey Johnson, 2-0. Jackson really rearing back and trying to throw smoke, and he's overthrown those two pitches. 2-0 offering on the way here. Curveball taken for a strike. 2-1 on Casey Johnson. Two-one pitch. Cold, strike two. It's 2-2 on Johnson. So after being out of the zone 2 straight times, Jackson's settling down now. A couple of strikes and level the count at 2-2. 9-2 the score in the bottom of the 4th inning. I think there's some folks out in the parking lot listening to the broadcast. They've got their lights on, and they need to turn them off. Another pitch in the dirt. Good job by Ashton Pride to go get it. And the count full, 3-2. Well, there's my bedtime reminder from my iWatch. It's not going to happen tonight, iWatch. Supposed to be in bed by 10. Not going to happen. This one, good cut there by Johnson, but it'll curl out of play. And the count will stay full, 3-2. Jackson, payoff pitch on the way here. Ball 4, runners at the corners. So Gwynn at third, Johnson at first. And here's Teagle Tucker. Tucker singled and was stranded at third, back into first. And he singled and scored an inning ago, 2 for 2. You'll remember he dribbled one out in front of home plate and beat it out, and then the ball thrown away down the line, and he was off to the races. So runners at the corners, still just one gone in the inning. Jackson's pitch a little bit low for a ball. The count 1-0 on Tucker. Home-plate umpire had a notion of calling that a strike, and I think he changed his mind in mid-call. Don't imagine Johnson will be running from first base. There's a little dribbler out in front of home plate. Jackson will fire it to Pride, and Ashton will make the play for out number 2. Runner off with contact. Good job by Jackson Brooks to field it. Ashton blocking the plate. And Ashton Gwynn gone for the second out of the inning. Casey Johnson took second on the play. Tucker Teagle at first on the fielder's choice, but now there are 2 gone. Chase Hancock now will step in. Hancock. Oh for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out twice. Walters has kind of blown it open here in this inning without really hitting the ball very hard. They've got 4 in the frame. Called strike, and it's 0-1. They have batted around in the frame. Started off in rather positive fashion as Maverick Cook, who waits in the on-deck circle, struck out to begin the inning. It did not proceed well from there. Pitch in the dirt here. And the count is 0-1. Runners at first and second. We play in the 4th. Bottom half of the frame. Walters won the first game 7-1. Mangum will have to mount a comeback if they want to come back and play tomorrow here at Walters. Downstairs for a ball. And again, the home plate umpire thinking about calling it a strike. Count 2-1. On the batter, Chase Hancock. Downstairs for a ball. And that'll run the count to 3-1. Jackson Brooks, the second pitcher of the ball game for Mangum. We saw 2 in the first contest. 3-1 offering here. Ball 4. So the base is loaded. 2 gone. And as we mentioned, Maverick Cook led off the inning, striking out. And now we'll get an opportunity. We may. And we're going to get a courtesy runner over at first base. All right. So courtesy runner at first, 2 gone. Bases loaded, 9-2 ball game. A little bit of a look of bewilderment on the face of the Mangum Tigers right now. They're in desperate need of some magic as they see their season slipping away. Fast strike. 0-1 on Maverick Cook. Jackson Brooks trying to get out of the inning and keeping his club within 7. Gotten eerily quiet here in Walters. 0-1 pitch. A little bit low for a ball. Count 1-1. Jackson been hanging around that same area 6 of the last 7 pitches. Hadn't been able to get a strike call on it. Bring it up just a bit maybe and get that strike. 1-1 offering. Fast strike. There it is. 1-2. So an opportunity here for Jackson to get out of the inning. When you look through the book, and there's been 1 hit in the inning. Walks, fielder's choices, errors. And has led to 4 runs in the frame for this group from Walters. 2-2 count now on the 10th batter of the inning for the Blue Devils. Hit foul behind us, and it'll stay 2-2. Pretty good pitch there by Jackson Brooks. Better job by Maverick Cook to fight it off. Two-two pitch. Again, a good one. And again, fouled off nicely by Maverick Cook. About 4 hours and 35 minutes into our broadcast here tonight. You know, it's kind of like going to be a car wreck for you. Tomorrow you're going to be sore, and you're going to wonder why, and then you're going to remember that you fell. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Ball dropped, but the base is loaded, and so the inning will come to an end. But not before coming up with 4 runs in the inning. Walters, 4 runs on just 1 hit. And we're 3 men left on base and an error to boot. We played 4. It's a 9-2 lead. Walters over Mangum. Classic Hits 97.7.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go together when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Well, since the 2 runs that Mangum scored in the first inning of play, Carson Coleman has really settled down and held Mangum in check. They trail 9-2 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be the top of the order. Ashton Pride, Aiden Warner, and Nathan Augustine due up for Mangum here in the 5th. And don't need anything to this, but as the hour grows late, and you always hate to do it at the end of the final broadcast of the year, in the end, when maybe the listening and viewing audience has gone away. So we will just simply duck in this message now. If Mangum is not able to recover from this 7-run deficit, this will be our final broadcast of the 2022 campaign, 2023, and it has been a wild and wacky season, no question about it. We started off in late August, early September with temperatures into the triple digits, just absolutely sweating our brains out with Sam Powers and the Mangum football team. Curveball taken for a strike here by Pride. And it's 0-1 on Ashton. He is 1 for 2, singled and grounded out, stolen a base. Well, stolen 2 bases, including home, to get the first run of the ball game. And we, of course, had fast pitch softball in the fall with Brian Bingham and the Mangum Lady Tigers. Transitioned then to the winter sports and basketball with Coach Bingham and Coach Pennypacker. And then here we are in the spring with baseball and softball, Coach Bingham and Coaches Pride and Coach Kroom. Ground ball here, out. 6-3. Ashton Pride retired by Thomas Cash, who has shown off that arm a couple of times. It has been an absolute joy and pleasure to be here all season long. And again, it's hard to believe that the season went as quickly as it did. My goodness. And again, a lot of changes in our life, right? Aiden Warner takes a strike, 0-1. Aiden struck out his first time around and then got an infield single and was left stranded at third, back in the third. 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1 now on Aiden Warner. But it is always a delight and a pleasure to be associated with, obviously, the citizens of Mangum. There's a called strike, 1-2. The administration, Dr. Shane Booth, we have been longtime companion with him, starting at Tipton and then moving to Mangum. Administrative staff there, board. Going on strikes for round number 2. Then, of course, the work with all season long, not head coaches, but the assistant coaches as well. What they are, the parents, take care of them. It's the kids, right? The student athletes. Those are the ones that we cherish immensely. As Nate Augustine looks at a strike and it's 0-1. Nate walked and scored in the first. Walked, stole a base in the third, and was left stranded. As he bats here in the 5th. And it is an absolute delight to be around these young people. I had somebody ask me the other day on my staff, my new staff, in the Ardmore office, if I really enjoyed doing this. And I said, you can't believe what a great relief it is to be able to do it and to work with these young people that are in this aspect of life. When you have the juxtaposition that I do earlier today, that I had a conversation with parents and talked them into relinquishing their rights to their 4-month-old son because it was in his best interest to be raised by someone else, you can understand why it is so meaningful for me to be out here with these young people and to see their successes and to enjoy their companionship and their smiles and their handshakes and the pats on the backs and their knowledge and their fun and their exuberance. as young people. It is a sedative and a salve for me to be able to sit in the broadcast booth and bring ball games to you throughout an entire school year, and this past year has been no exception. And I am grateful for you, our listeners and our viewers, certainly our sponsors, for Chad Fox for giving me the opportunity, and for you allowing me to be associated with your kids. It just doesn't get any better than that. And believe me, as I sat with those two parents and we all cried together, I had in the back of my mind, later today I can take some relief, and I can sit with a microphone and I can talk about what's happening out on a field of play with kids and the joys that go along with it. And there's heartache, sure. I mean, you lose the ball game, season going to come to an end, and it's hard, but it's a temporary heartache. It's nothing compared to, as I said, the meeting I had this morning at 11 o'clock with those parents. So, again, I cannot thank you enough. I have been gifted with an incredible talent to do this. I know that, and I am glad that I can share it with you, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share it. And I will, if this is our final broadcast here tonight, I will see all of you. Swing and a miss by Mason Hoppengardner, count 1-1. By the way, Nate Augustine at first base after a walk, 2 going here in the 5th. But I will tell you that if this is our final broadcast of the year, I will see you 2 weeks from tonight at the Mangum Gymnasium for the sports banquet. Swing and a miss here. And it's 1-2 on Hoppengardner. And you can never thank enough people. You can never mention all the names and all the kids and all the sponsors. Just know that I love you. Please know that. Thank you, Brian. Mason Hoppengardner are going to go down and talk with Casey Kroom, and he's just breaking down. And it's just hard. He's just having a difficult time right now. And again, we look at these young people and we cheer them on, and sometimes I think we forget. I hope I don't, but I'm sure I'm guilty of it, that they're just young people, They're trying to figure it out. I've been around as long as I have and haven't found the answers yet. So I tip my cap to these young folks. My goodness. Good cut by Mason. So after the pep talk from Casey, I'll give it another shot. And that is one thing that I probably enjoy more than actually doing the games themselves, is just being around them. Their energy, the fun. I can tell you it is priceless. Swing and a miss. Mason gone on strikes. And tough way for Mason to end his career, and the ball game will go on to the bottom half of inning number 5. Mason, I'm right there with you on the emotions, buddy. 9-2 our score. Classic Hits 97.7.
Fresh floral arrangements created here in Mangum are the hallmark of owner Darla Hately at Flowers Unlimited. Remember that fresh flowers are a very personal and special gift that is so cherished when delivered for birthdays and anniversaries. She might say, "You shouldn't have," but she'll be delighted. Flowers Unlimited. Call local at 580-782-2122. That's 782-2122. Flowers Unlimited in Mangum.
The Mangum Star News has been serving southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 is your certified Firestone tire dealer and also a proud supporter of the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers. When you need tires, we're specialty trained and equipped to take care of you. Lyle Shaw and his crew at Blair Tire and Feed wish the Tigers lots of luck in today's game. And always remember, play smart, play safe, play hard, and play with pride. And good luck from everyone at Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair, Oklahoma.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Something you should know about the Kendall Law Office. The Kendall Law Office is family-owned and local. They use up-to-date technology to ensure their productivity provides timely service to clients, and this always includes client access to our firm via email and text. Corey Kendall is experienced, hardworking, and honest. He always puts the client first, and all efforts are focused on the client's best interest. The Kendall Law Office, locations in Altus and Mangum.
Kind of fitting that as I was bidding farewell for the 22-23 campaign, Mason Hoppengardner feeling the same thing that I was, kind of understanding the finality of it. And again, Mangum can get off the deck, and they can come back, and they can win this ball game. But it's going to take a Herculean effort, and I think Mason, no doubt, overcome with the emotion of knowing that it's probably my final plate appearance as a Mangum Tiger. My final sporting event is a Mangum Tiger. And, I mean, that's, the finality of it all. All the hours, all the work, all the camaraderie, all the things. And, that's the thing about sports, that they are so emotional. My goodness. Swinging a miss here. Good pitch by Jackson. Brooks is count now 1-2 on the leadoff hitter, Gage Sunsom, here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 9-2 ball game. I'm not sure about the run rule here. I think that's one thing that's being discussed. And Mangum trying to keep it close here in the fifth and make it last as long as it can. Count 2-2. But again, like I said, if you've never had the luxury of being an athlete, and it's just something that stays with you for a lifetime. It just doesn't go away. Pitch downstairs for ball. Count full now, 3-2. And even as old as I am, and I've been in, it'll be 44 years this spring that I've been out of school, but I can remember back to those final 10 football games as a senior in high school at Truman High School in 1978, and the finality of my last game and what it was like. And it's just something that never goes away. Swing and a miss there. Strikeout. Good pitch by Jackson Brooks. So it's hard. I mean, it is tough. So good for the kids, moms and dads, that you have younger kids that are waiting in the wings to take the places. Relish the time with your children. It's so fleeting. Line shot, base hit, left field. Cash Thomas with a solid single to left. He's aboard with one gone. It's like, today the father that I was talking to that was spending the last 2 hours with his son asked me if I had children. I said, yeah, I've got a son that's 30. But as I watched that dad hold that baby, that 4-month-old boy of his, I could remember my son at 4 months of age. And so I know as a parent and then as a grandparent that the time is just so fleeting. So enjoy that time, appreciate it. And I know kids can be ornery and they get into trouble, but you know what? So did you and I, right? I mean, come on, let's be honest. We did things we weren't supposed to all the time. And what's great is if you're crafty at it, you can You can talk to your parents later when you've had when you've gotten your college degree and you have your own family. You can say, "You know what I did when I was 14?" And you can laugh about it then. But because my son lives in Oklahoma City and I do not have grandchildren, I have to admit I live vicariously through your kids. And they are some special individuals. They really are. There's a gold strike and a count 1-1. And it's not because of what they do on the field or the diamond or the court. It's because of who they are. And again, I thank you for sharing them with me. Count 1-1 here. We play in the bottom half of inning number 5. Runner at second base, one gone for Walters. They lead 9-2. Good job by Pride to block that pitch, and it's 2-1 now on Carson Coleman. And Coleman, one of those that, even though he's the opposition, I can remember when he was a wee lad. His dad and I were still playing slow pitch softball, and here he is a senior and played quarterback on the football team and point guard on the basketball team, pitches for the baseball team, and we've had a chance to see him because Mangum plays them. How great is that? And again, it's that connection that happens. I'm in Ardmore now, and I called a broadcast buddy. Said, "Hey, you need any help this fall?" He said, "Sure, Barnes, right away." I mean, so it's that connection that will stay with everybody for a lifetime. And you go to different towns, you go to different communities, and you see somebody, and chances are you know them from sports. Whether it's little league or high school or somebody who officiated a game or did the play-by-play or coached or whatever the case may be. And it is a marvelous invention. Payoff pitch on the way here to Coleman. Swing and a miss. Gone on strikes. Second strikeout. 2 gone now. And here's Tremaine Chesnut. Runner still at second base here in inning number 5. Ashton Pride picking that one cleanly. 1-0. Yeah, and I think back that this last summer, Ashton and his brother bringing the clothes down to the office to donate to young men and women who maybe didn't have what they had. Pitch upstairs for a ball, 2-0. And the timing of it all. I mean, they brought those clothes, and it just so happened that we had a young man in his shelter, and it was close to, I said summertime, but I guess it was closer to Christmas. There's a shot into right field. It's a base hit, and the run going to score here. There goes the runner to second, throw, and they'll get him at second base. So Chesnut with the RBI. He's the third out of the ball game. And it doesn't really matter because it makes it an 8-run ball game, and there is the run rule. So Chesnut with the game-winning hit, and the final score will end up 10-2. The victory for Walters. They will advance, and the season is over for the Mangum Tigers. We'll take one final timeout and come back. Classic Hits 97.7.
Friends, it's important to take care of your eyes, so make an appointment soon with Dr. Michael Geiger in Altus, Seth Geiger in Frederick, and Bryce Geiger in Elgin, and a new addition to our staff, Dr. Matty Rhodes. The Geigers are professionals and very good at what they do. Geiger Eye Care is proud to support youth and sponsor sporting events. They encourage you to attend all the events you can and be involved with our youth. Geiger Eye Care, Michael and Matty in Altus, Seth in Frederick, and Bryce in Elgin. Make an appointment soon with Geiger Eye Care, Altus, Frederick, and Elgin.
And with that, the season does come to a close as we were afraid that it would. Mangum losing both games here in Walters, 7-1 and 10-2, and their season will come to an end. Walters will advance and go on to the regionals. But again, we had the opportunity to say thank you, and we wanted that opportunity. And we do thank you very much for all that you have given to me, not just this year, but we've been involved with Mangum Sports a lot over the last several years, and it has been wonderful. The relationships that I've had a chance to develop, the people I've got a chance to know, the things that I've learned. You watch people. I told this to Brian Bingham a couple of weeks ago. You watch how he interacts with his child and his wife, and you look at Sam Powers and the expectations that he has, not just of the kids that he coaches, but of himself, first and foremost, of himself. And that was something that I shared with my staff this week, is that I've got expectations of me. I'm going to put expectations on you, and you hold me accountable. And that's what it's all about. So, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You will never know the love that I have. I'll see you in 2 weeks at the all-sports banquet at the high school gym. This is Mangum Sports, and we're Classic Hits, 97.7.